Hey Aquarius, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning into Soul Embers in this reading, bringing your beautiful energy, love and support to the channel. I think you guys are pretty awesome and I'm so grateful. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Andrea. I hope you find a message within this reading helpful today. So Aquarius, what's blocking Aquarius? And I'm hoping to deliver messages that offer clarity, some guidance, heal, release, or start the process of letting go of whatever it is that's causing you to be blocked. It could apply to your love life or life in general. And what I find is it's usually highlighted in one area. So you might think I'm blocked in this area of my life, but I often believe that, it's highlighted in one area, but it usually does affect every other area of our life in the same way. We're blocked in that same way. So guys, I love reading your comments. They help me connect with you guys. They help me, decide on what future readings I can bring to you and hopefully deliver messages that better resonate to your story, and I can be of service to you in a way that you guys make a positive shift. And for that reason, I've decided to encourage you to continue to comment. I'm going to give away a free 30-minute reading. All you need to do is, just in the comment section below this video, just a little bit about what brings you to Soul Embers. What is it that brings you to Tarot? What is your story? I'm going to select a winner on the 3rd of October. And you will know if you're the winner because I will simply respond to your comment in the comment section below this video. Okay, so best of luck, Aquarius. Now, let's jump into it and have a look and see who am I connecting with and what is blocking Aquarius? What brings Aquarius here today? What is the message that we have? Okay. Share. You might be feeling at this time, and I haven't even read the little message on the card, but immediately the way I saw it, when I saw this, I thought, there is this lack of connection, lack of, you might be feeling you're not able to connect with the people you usually connect with, or you don't feel that they quite understand where you're coming from. You're feeling a little bit like alone at the moment, possibly Aquarius, in what you're experiencing. Others may be experiencing a similar situation to you, but I feel that no one's really able to truly get it, get what it is that you're going through. That's how you're feeling. So you're this sense of belonging there's this lack in a sense of belonging at this time. So the message on the card says you were starting to attract soulmates to connect with, okay? And I'm going to hold up the card for you. Here's the thing, it's contradictory to what I just said, right? So you were starting to attract soulmates to connect with. What I'm feeling for you, Aquarius, is whether this is applying to your love life or whether it applies to your life in general. It could apply to both. Like I said earlier, we usually feel it in every aspect and it's highlighted in one. You may have for some time been feeling this just not being able to connect, not being able to take things to the next level with people, with this intimate partner, not being able to make that true emotional connection and feel that you belong based on this sense of familiarity and understanding. So I feel the message for you, Aquarius, at this time is you may be feeling right now that you're alone and that you're in the dark and that you're not able to take things to the next level. You don't have that clarity on, what is it that's causing a block in taking it to the next level with this intimate relationship? What is it that's causing the block in you making that emotional connection in new love? And why is it that you're feeling that you're not connecting with your network, with the people you work with, or with your friendship groups? You're changing, Aquarius. So you're entering a new frequency, and because of that, there's going to be a fair bit of disruption, and there are people we're going to want to hold on to, but they may just for now not be relevant to this part of your journey, to the detail or the depth that you would like them to be, or that you have known them to be. Maybe the relationship that you share with them is taking on a different it's taking on a different approach, let's say, right? No, it's not really an approach. I can't find the word I'm looking for. It's going to be different. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So apologies, guys. Sometimes I find it hard to articulate the messages and the emotions that I'm trying to deliver. So this is what I'm getting for you, and Spirit wants you to know that you are starting to attract soulmates to connect with, because you've identified, let's say to start off with, for some time, who you're not connecting with. And I believe the Aquarians that I'm connecting with today have gone through the process of realizing that, well, if I'm not connecting with them on this level, you've done the work and looked within to figure out, how can I connect with people? Where do we find common ground? And you've really focused your energy on developing in those areas and expanding from there to explore how you can start to embed deeper connections with people. And so through that journey, and if you haven't started it, it's about to take place. Changing your mindset or your frequency to putting yourself in the frequency of what feels good and the frequency of the solution is going to stop you from attracting the frequency of the problem. And the frequency of the problem is, I'm not connecting. Why am I not connecting? And searching and looking for all the areas that you're not connecting, and instead identifying and looking for all the areas that you are connecting and focusing all your energy on that. And so that will open up the doors to make those meaningful connections. So let's break this down, Aquarius, and let's have a look and see. Okay, let's turn that around. Exactly where, which part of your life this is highlighted in, and how you can work through this at this time. Sorry, shuffle is a little bit loud. These cards are a little bit stiff. All right, Aquarius, so what's going on here? Can we get more messages for Aquarius? All right, so it seems like now you'll need to flip the energy as it suits if the message resonates here. But I'm feeling that you may have approached, or someone may have approached you, offering a new way of doing life, offering a new way of doing a relationship, offering a different approach to your work, let's say, depending on which area of your life this pertains to. And the message here was, let's put everything behind us. And even though we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, let's try a completely different approach so that we can bring this back together, so we can mend this, so that we can improve this, or something along those lines. Let's focus on the good stuff that we have to share right now, and really be present in that moment and take joy in and celebrate in those joyous moments. And I'm feeling, Aquarius, that this is more your energy, that you've decided to approach a particular person, a particular network of friends, or even work with this type of an approach. And because you haven't been able to find your place and you're trying something different, it puts you, it makes you open. You're voicing how you're feeling, you're exercising even an element of vulnerability here. And you've been met with what is like resistance. You've been met with objectivity. You've been met with this person or these people being very comfortable with how things have been going. And how things have been going have not been able to help, have not given you that inner peace that you've been looking for. And so you're faced with this situation where even though you really want to make things work within your current situation, it's proving to be increasingly difficult because those around you that are directly involved don't seem to think that they need to make those necessary changes to break this cycle. And so there might be a lot of questioning, there might be a lot of, the nitpicking or really pulling things apart or picking at, just being negative about the whole situation, not being flexible, not being open. And it's kind of like they've shut you down and they've taken out the beauty of what this is about at the core of it. There is a reason why you're attracted to this person, or you're attracted to this group of people, or this job, let's say, and they're taking all that inspiration, all that motivation and inspiration, it's taking it out of you. And you don't particularly feel like there's much to celebrate right now. And so this is where you're feeling stuck between a rock and a hard place as to whether you really want to invest more effort. And if you don't, does this mean you need to cut these people loose? Does this mean you need to cut this person loose? Where to from here? I feel that you're emotionally invested, Aquarius. So the message I'm getting for you, and I'm going to pull out a card on what energy, what is the first thing you would need to surrender in order to get the clarity that you need to navigate through this space, to start gaining momentum and connecting, attracting these soulmates to connect with. But before I do that, I'm kind of feeling that it doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be one and the other. These people may have taken the front row, let's say, at front row at the theatre. Well, it seems like because of the direction you're heading in, what your vision is in love and in life and in friendship, or whatever this applies to, they, at this stage of that journey, you have moved your position on the stage, and they may not necessarily be front row and center anymore. And so it doesn't mean that they don't belong in that theatre, a part of your journey or a part of your story. It just means that they may not be required to be front row and center at this time. They can still be there, but there are others that you can connect with that can really help you continue to build that feeling of connection and belonging to something more. Or there may be, if this has to do with a person that you're interested in, then I'm feeling that maybe this is not the right time, that you should look beyond this person at what other potential love interests there are out there, so that you can start to explore connecting with other people. If they're not ready to be front row and center and invest in the money, let's say, to get that front row ticket on your journey, in your story, right? Then they're not ready, Aquarius. And if you're not feeling that you're belonging, you can't take it to the next level, you can't get this thing going, that there's something that's blocking you, that you're desperately trying to work through to encourage them to buy that ticket, they're just not ready. So looking for those that really share that same level of interest in what you have to offer is probably something to consider. It doesn't mean that there's still not a possibility for this person, but this person or these people need to align with you. So let's have a look and see what's the first energy Aquarius will need to surrender, to really start getting clarity and making the decisions that need to be made to work through this at this time. Surrender defensiveness. Yeah, so you are meeting, I feel, Aquarius, you're meeting resistance with resistance. So defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. I'm going to read that again. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. And I'll hold that card up for you. And I'm feeling here, Aquarius, that you are feeling frustrated because you're feeling like you're losing. You're feeling like you're losing the people that matter most to you, the job that you've invested all this energy into, because you could envision yourself building a career or a future within, let's say, a company or a business. Within the relationship, you invested in the vision of what could be, and it is going through a challenging time right now. You are going through some changes here, Aquarius, and you want the people that matter most, or this person that matters most, to come with you on this journey, to be part of that journey, and to continue to feel like no matter what changes you go through and growth and direction you're heading in, that these people will be by your side. But it seems that this is not the case, and you're coming from a place of lack, which is what's blocking you. That place of what you could lose if you follow what feels right to you, Aquarius. And so you're trying to increase the value of what you have to offer, or what you're putting on the table. You're trying to increase it in their eyes. Like I said, getting them to buy that, the more pricey ticket to take that seat center stage. So if you're able to take that time to recognize that they need to be ready, they need to also align with you, that it doesn't necessarily need to be one or the other. It can be one and the other. They can still be a part of your journey if they choose to. You will continue to move in a direction that makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel valued, and towards those connections that make you feel that you belong, because you share in you're on that same frequency of growth. You can communicate that. This is the direction I'm heading in, and this is what I need to experience to feel that I belong. And so I'm going to continue to look for people, partners that bring that to me. You can either choose to invest in that and be part of that, and if you're not ready, that's okay, but I'm going to continue moving. Because there is a lot to be gained. You are going to start attracting soulmates to connect with. There is a lot to be gained. It's not about how much you're going to lose. So I'm hoping that makes sense for you. So let's pull out one more, a message. I'd like to pull out a message from Spirit for you at this time. And then finally, I'll pull out a love message for you also. So if this message is resonating, guys, and it's really hitting the nail on the head for you, and you're experiencing this and you're finding it really difficult to just put yourself in the frequency of the solution, continue to move forward and take yourself away from that feeling of lack and loss, and you're finding it hard, reach out. I'd be more than happy to do a personal reading for you. My contact details are in the description box below. So what message does Spirit have for Aquarius? There it is. It's easy to see suffering a mile off. check that you can see happiness just as clearly. Boom, Aquarius. What a clear message. Gee, I love it when it all ties in like this. So the message is so unbelievably clear. It's easy to see the suffering and put yourself in a space of anxiety and fear of what could be lost, that feeling of losing the person, the job, the friendship groups, of losing that feeling of belonging to something, okay? But you're already feeling that you're losing that feeling of belonging anyway. And so you're trying to find ways to reconnect. Check that you can see happiness just as clearly. So as I was saying earlier, really focusing on, instead of this or that, it can be this and that. Focus on the goodness that these people do bring. Understanding that at this part of your journey, they may not take center stage because they also have a choice to make. And it's up to them to decide whether or not they align with your frequency. Trust that you can still experience joy with these people. And if there's nothing left, and you can experience joy within that connection by looking at it and saying, okay, I'm going to go in this direction and you can choose to come with me or not. And there is nothing left there, and you see that this could potentially be the end for this relationship. Well, that relationship has run its course. And you might be focusing on that feeling of loss, but check that you can see the happiness just as clearly. There is a reason why you've decided to move forward, and that's because something is lacking in that current situation. Okay, so one more message for you. If this does apply to your love life, just a message on, what you need to know right now if it has to do with your love life, Aquarius. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. Yeah, okay. So Aquarius, the message I'm getting for you here is maybe if this has to do with an intimate partnership, that you're not feeling that you're belonging, that you are trying to make that deep emotional connection or take it to the next level. It does not mean that this is not a possibility. Everything we've spoken about. All this means is that you just need to really own and understand what it is that will help you feel that there is a sense of belonging for you. What will make you feel that way? State it with confidence by putting yourself in the frequency of the solution and checking that you can see happiness just as clearly, of what you have to gain, by focusing on the good things this partnership brings to the relationship, right? Instead of the loss, instead of fighting to increase your value in their eyes so that they will join the party, they will buy that ticket to front row and center, right? Knowing that you are worth that ticket and that it is up to them to align to that. And if not, it's just not part of their journey. But taking that time for rest and relaxation and allowing this to breathe will bring you that clarity, will give you that confidence, will allow you to step into that frequency of the solution, will allow you to see the happiness just as clearly as, and refocus from the suffering to the clarity. Okay, and it'll also allow those involved to the space that they need to think through this as to how they're going to show up also. All right, Aquarius, I hope you guys found that helpful. Get commenting, and I'm wishing you the best of luck. I'll see you for your next lot of readings. Bye.